coming to the last fire base. I've been across the country, Lord knows how many days. All those nights and all those images of faces of the ones that were left behind. Yes, we're coming to the last fire base. Back along those trails I have retraced in my dreams, I can't bear to...
It really wasn't that long ago when you saw a young retired Marine Vietnam veteran on Bravo Veterans Forum who had a dream that a group, or as many as we could possibly muster, gathered together from San Diego, California. Many motorcyclists, the Vietnam Veterans Bike Club, and so many other concerned citizens who, like Jim Gregory, feel there are still POWs, MIAs unaccounted for in Southeast Asia. And that was yesterday. And here we are today with Jim Gregory at the first leg at Truck Stop USA. And we're loaded with people here. Jim, welcome.
Thank you.
That we know that where the heart is. Our brothers are unaccounted for, and this is your voice out there reaching out. And Tango Yankee Lima, thank you, Lord. You've been associated with a group of people, brother, sister Americans, whose hearts and souls you found are in the same place. Let's bring our brothers home. Let's give a little credit to some of the people that have helped you put this thing together, Jim.
God, there's so many of them, so numerous. Here in California, of course, Mike and Linda Little set up this rest area here. The Vietnam Vets Motorcycle Club, both here and across the country. In Vegas, the MMA of Las Vegas is setting up food tonight. The VFW over in Vegas setting up food. VFW here in Ontario setting up food and snacks and soda. Down in San Diego, so many different motorcycle riding organizations donated time and money to get flyers out, that kind of stuff. Bill Evans, my partner, he's running around here trying to coordinate things. I got 2 or 3 people that are going the whole way, just for the spirit of it. I mean, you know, they're not receiving anything other than the goodness and kindness and the feel good of doing this thing. I don't know. I think maybe this is the year that America wakes up and says, hey, you know, President Bush, you were director of CIA back in, what, 75 or whatever, early 70s. You know there's prisoners there. You know they're there. I mean, why lie? Talk about it. Bring it out in the open. If there's politicians who are at fault, we don't care. We want our prisoners back home here. And this morning I left Marion Shelton in San Diego. And of course Marion's the wife of Colonel Charles Shelton, the only man still classified POW. And you know, you look at a woman like that, her husband's been gone for 24 years. And how long is she supposed to wait? How many of our prisoners have died last year that we didn't get? How many are going to die this year if we don't get them right now? How long is the bull going to continue to run in our governmental channels, I guess is what we're trying to say. Let's get them out of there.
Hello, my name is Al Spey, Ride Coordinator for the Prisoners of War Freedom Foundation. Last year, a group of Vietnam veterans gathered to ride our motorcycles across the country. Our destination was the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. We wanted to be there on Memorial Day to pay our respects. We called it Run for the Wall. May 19th, 1989, San Diego, California.
We'll have somewhere around 500 bucks.
We departed San Diego about 10 a.m. in a group of about 250 motorcycles strong. Ontario, California was our first stop along our journey. The Veterans of Foreign Wars and Bravo Company greeted us with coffee, donuts, and soft drinks.
These people own this rest area here.
Now he's going back to D.C.
So they have given us this rest area here at their filling station.
Maybe I can get one of those first-class restaurants
so we can gas up and eat before we start out on our trip.
Hey, Mr. President, I'm here for dinner. I got my
Right
time. Oh, God. Well, I tell you, if we got about ready...
There's a sentry at the last fire base.
From Ontario, California, we proceeded east to Nevada and Las Vegas.
As I strain through the darkness, as the rain beats on his face, and he knows it's gonna be a long, long night. And he knows this is the last fire day. The sleep nags at his consciousness, his weary body aches. The passion pulls at his soul, as he knows he'll have to wait. But there's an answer to all the questions in his mind. And he's torn between the need to remember and the reasons that
In Las Vegas, we were assisted by the Vietnam Vets Motorcycle Club and the Veterans of Foreign Wars. They supplied us with a spaghetti dinner and a breakfast. In Utah, we were greeted by ABATE, a motorcycle safety organization, and veterans groups who provided dinner and camping at the Green River campgrounds.
Here we are at Green River Campground.
Yeah, I saw it.
You guys done good.
I was getting ready to take off. Nobody got hurt. Totaled the truck. Every biker stopped though, by God. Every one of them stopped to help these people. There's the guy we got shaded with some
At the Colorado state line, we were welcomed with signs and American flags. That night, a delicious dinner was served to us by the Sons of God Motorcycle Club.
Oh, is that him? I own the helmet of policy. I couldn't find it because our truck's got off sold. And I don't know where my truck is.
Well, thank you. You're one of the few that do.
Alright, lunch is in Colby. Colby, Wyoming is 65 miles from Burlington. And they're setting up a big feed. So, you just had breakfast. I strongly suggest you don't snack too much between now and Colby. Okay? Now, we lose an hour. So that's actually 1 o'clock their time. It's only 12 o'clock our time estimated. Okay?
Oh,
That's the postman from San Diego.
you hear the boys come rolling through.
By the time we reached Kansas, the word of our pilgrimage was spreading through the heartland of America. The greeting in Colby was overwhelming. Leading the way to our rest stop and lunch was an airplane towing a Run for the Wall banner.
You want somebody to take you in? Yeah, they got a phone.
We got a Harley Davidson shop set up here for mechanical problems, including welding. They're out here for any kind of parts that you could possibly want.
Newsletter.
The local Harley-Davidson dealership brought a portable shop to our location just in case somebody needed it. The greeting there was fantastic.
You know, I came in here, it's a sign y'all got out there that says something about Colby, with something about full service community or something or another. My God, this is a full service community.
Don't know me. My name is Dick Weston, and we'd like to welcome you to Colby, Kansas. This is the mayor of our town, and he's helped us out. His name is Vic Van Camp.
All right, thank you.
All the fellows you can see around with the hats on, VFW American Legion, they'll help you out with anything that you need. We're going to help anybody that needs any repairs right here at the motor pool. All the restaurants on this side of the highway are helping sponsor us today with specials. At Ramada Inn, she's got a real nice sandwich buffet set up for us. They'll have free watermelon over there, and free watermelon for you at Arby's after you get your sandwiches and fuel up. There's 3 stations right here. They're all ready to gas you up whenever you're ready.
In Salina, Kansas, we were hosted by Vietnam Vets Motorcycle Club and Abate of Kansas. They had arranged for a pig roast and a live band at our campgrounds. Arriving at the campgrounds, we rode under an archway of American flags held by other veterans, women, and children, welcoming us home. At the Kansas Vietnam Veterans Memorial, one of our riders was presented with a prisoner of war missing in action flag to be placed at the wall in D.C. On the flag were names of Kansas veterans still missing.
Honored guests, fellow veterans, supporters, I'm an old retired Marine Corps gunny sergeant in San Diego. And a while back, Bill Evans in San Diego, Carl Rice in Oregon, and Ray Manzo in New Jersey, and others.
The ceremony included an Air National Guard flyover in the missing man formation. The Army Color Guard sounded taps and gave a 21-gun salute.
You know, what can you say? American company supporting American bikers on the road.
All tolls on the Kansas Turnpike were paid for by veterans groups and various motorcycle clubs. Free lunch was provided by the Topeka Arby's Roast Beef. On to Kansas City, Missouri. Food and soft drinks were supplied by the local UAW and free oil changes by the local Harley-Davidson dealer.
You all have heard me now. Some of you have been with me almost 1,800 miles, 1,900 miles, pushing 2 grand. You've heard me say things many places, many times, many different ways. Some of you, 30 of you out there, have hit the desert. You've hit the Rockies, the Continental Divide, the High Plains. Now we're getting headed out for the Mississippi River, and we're going to do the Smokies and right into Washington, D.C. There's a whole mess of us out there waiting to be heard. You, and you. The only way to do it is with these people right here backing us up. Without support, we ain't nothing. And that support comes from the groundswell. These people right here.
Across the entire state of Missouri, we were honored by officers of the state police who got out of their cars, stood at attention, and saluted us as we passed.
Here we are at the arches. I don't know if you can see it. Not much contrast. Man, that is a big mother.
Our wars have been fought, and our country depends on its fighting men. In the age of computers, there's no reason in the world for them to continue to leave people behind. And here 2 years ago, Lieutenant Colonel Higgins was captured in Lebanon as a peacekeeper working for the United Nations. When was the last time a newspaper reporter asked, where the hell is he? When was the last time a television crew asked somebody, where the hell is he? So we're going to do it for you, and we're going to force people to wake up and say, damn it, we can't go to war and leave people behind. Otherwise, this volunteer army we got ain't going to be, because people aren't going to go. You know, and that's hard to swallow, that our government just isn't giving us the support. Maybe one of them died last week or last year. We want them back.
He must have been cabbed.
Near St. Louis, camping and dinner were arranged by Homecoming 2, Vietnam Veterans Motorcycle Club, and other veterans organizations. In Wenzel, Missouri, we visited the first Vietnam Veterans Memorial built in the United States. In Mount Vernon, Illinois, a rest and food stop was set up by the veterans of Vietnam War. Our next stop was Owensboro, Kentucky, the hometown of Colonel Charles E. Shelton, who is still a prisoner of war in Laos.
But his plane went down in '64, too many miles from friendly shore. The telegram said MIA. She thinks he's still alive today.
I really appreciate you coming and making a statement like this. It's real important to me. And I brought my camera to take your pictures because you are all very special to me. And I thank you for your support, and I feel real close to every one of you. Thank you.
One of the motorcycle clubs. Medal of Honor winner, Gary Winson. Medal of Honor. And that's what he got
Milwaukee.
it for. In Milwaukee.
All right, give it about 10 minutes. We'll be warming up out here, then we'll be pulling back on the freeway.
On to Frankfort, Kentucky, through the state capital and home of the Kentucky Vietnam Veterans Memorial. The National Guard showed support for our pilgrimage with a helicopter squadron flyover. Consisted of 2 gunships and a medevac unit. We had an unscheduled stop in a little town called Rennell, West Virginia. The townspeople had just heard of our journey only an hour before we arrived. They closed down the schools to allow the children to join in the rest of the population in welcoming over 350 Vietnam veterans to their community. The campsite and dinner for our last night on the road were arranged by Abate of Virginia.
Oh yeah, the sun's coming out. We don't have no more rain today.
Well, it's raining. You've heard enough of that, I'm sure.
Yeah, we can look back. Remember years ago when we had black powder, it was a shot heard around the world. Let the world know that this is the thunder around the world.
All right.
The next morning, we rode 4 hours in the rain to our final destination, the Wall.
This is the end of the dream. Not the end of the dream, but at least I got to ride in.
This is the man that started this, boys and girls.
Thank you.
This is the man that
God
started.
bless y'all. This is America. This is what this shit's all about. You know, we defended this, they defended us, we defend all these people, and everybody here is to be honored today. God bless y'all.
This is the end of our mission. This is the end of a run for the wall. Rolling Thunder kicks off today. That's all the POWMIA stuff, the parade tomorrow. Some of you guys, it's in the hardest core some bitch this world's ever seen. I tell you, this is a hard ride. Some of you guys kick in.
She cries a lot when she's alone, mostly late at night at home, while she listens for the door telling her he's home once more. She watches late shows on TV, wondering where he could be. Yet it's never crossed her mind he won't be coming back this time. His plane went down in '64. Too many miles.
Hi, Mrs. Shelton. This is a song written by Carlton Day here in Owensboro, and we've had such tremendous airplay out of it over the past few months. Naturally, Carlton wrote the song several years ago, but when the situation with your husband came to public view more and more in the last few months, the request for it has just been tremendous. And I knew that your children were going to be in town today because of the Run for the Wall that's going on, and I thought I might get this to them and you might hear it and enjoy it, and I hope you do. God bless you.
She sets her table every night, a place for two with candlelight. She says a prayer across the flame, and silently she calls his name. She prays for those across the land who waits for their forgotten man. Once more she'll whisper through the tears, oh, God has been so